Welcome to Nigeria, the road to 2019. I am Christian Goodluck. Thanks for staying with us. And now, to assess the readiness of the People's Democratic Party to grab power from the ruling APC, we'll be speaking to the Senior Special Assistant on Public Affairs to former President Goodluck Jonathan. I remember he was even the spokesperson to former President Olusegun Obasanjo as well, Doyin Okupe. He joins me now in the studios. Thank you, Dr. Doyin Okupe. I was just talking that I'm sure you can't remember when you last entered the theater.
Well, it's quite a while. You know, the Bible says, for a while you will see me, for a while you will not see me. So now you're seeing me again. So
you've been doing the disappearing acts, right?
Correct.
And now to the, tough now of politics, 2 months rather, to the presidential elections. And it doesn't seem that the PDP's house is in order and not putting issues straight. I was going to use a word that is already in the political sphere so that they don't see me as being partisan here. And APC, they are waxing stronger, bringing out strong economic indices to, buttress why Nigerians should trust them and vote for them. Why should Nigerians trust you again?
Thank you very much. In the first instance, I don't know, maybe this is professional tactics. Your two parallel questions are unreal.
What's unrealistic about it?
One is that we don't have any PDP we don't have any problem whatsoever at all, and definitely the APC is not coming up with anything significant or anything that anybody can use to back up a claim for anybody to vote for APC. Now, for a fact, I tell you, the PDP is ready and we're fully prepared. We do not have, as you can see, we do not have the internal rancors that has bedeviled the APC.
You used to have it.
Yeah, we had that all, we had that all in the past, and but by the time we came out of Port Harcourt, we came as one solid, firm, united, focused, and rebranded political party. With a machinery that can crush any party in this country. The unity, look, if you look at the former and the last election in 2014, Buhari did not win that election. We lost it, because Buhari consistently scores some figures over the last 15 or so or 16 years. Usually in the entire of the North, he scores about 12 million votes, and then scattered all over the remaining 3 zones, another 3 million votes, making maximum of 15. He has always scored between 12 and 15 million. So he didn't go beyond that. We that, PDP that, used to score 22 million, 24 million, we came down to 12 million votes. So you see, it is our people, for whatever reason, whether failure to call, maybe we didn't mobilize them enough. They were not, they didn't feel, they didn't feel committed enough to come out to vote, especially in the East. We lost over 12 million votes. But Buhari neither gained nor lose anything. He didn't lose anything. He didn't gain anything. So we lost that election. Okay? And we've been going around talking to our people and appeasing everybody, and we're coming together as one humongous machine. APC is a non-starter. It was originally a contraption that was put together by conspiracy, without any solid foundation or thoughts about governance or government. As you can see, they came into government unexpectedly. They could not form a government. They could not start a government for over 6 months.
Well, they blamed that on your former principal, that he never gave them a handover note. They were serious about it.
Number one, that is not true. Because I was part and parcel of those who prepared the handover notes. There was an elaborate ceremony where a handover note was given to, Alhaji Ahmed Joda. Okay, a huge document. But, that is not surprising, and it's neither here nor there. APC is a government that has celebrated and entrenched, indecency and deception. They lie about everything. They lie for everything, and people are just generally fed up.
They are not lying about how they said they have, revitalized the Nigerian agricultural sector with 12 million farmers who the central bank through its Anchor Boras program have acknowledged exist and have, turned the scale against the huge import food bills of Nigerians to one that the country is becoming self-sufficient and secured with food.
Nobody is believing that story. Because let me also tell you, if I don't know, it's just in the purview of human beings to have short memories. You remember that the most celebrated minister in Goodluck Ebele Jonathan's government was Adesina. Adesina was excellent. He performed excellently. You will recall when he was discussing about wallet, this wallet scheme for fertilizers, he had on his database over 10 million farmers. So maybe Buhari has added 2 million to that, and they are now celebrating that as everything that they celebrate. They commissioned the airport a couple of days ago, an airport that we conceptualized. We paid the equity to the Chinese. We constructed the airport. They are celebrating the Abuja rail, light rail that was already commissioned. They are celebrating the Ajaokuta rail to Itakpe. That was 95%. I was there. This is just a silly administration. They don't know nothing.
That is quite harsh.
I mean it. I mean, even the budget that was prepared and that was presented a couple of days ago is full of fallacies and things that are not true.
What are these fallacies? Because the president came with facts and figures, backed with all economic analysis and indices.
Okay, he mentioned about the dam in the southeast. The internet is awash with somebody who had gone there physically and taking his picture and taking a video. Is on the internet. I still saw it yesterday. Grass has overgrown that place. There are a lot of roads that were mentioned that nothing has ever happened at all. Some people are deliberate. I believe, because I like President Buhari and I have a lot of respect for him, I believe there are fit columnists in his administration who just want to ridicule him. Because some people just went and packed all sorts of lies and nonsense in a budget speech.
Well, those in government would say your son too is a fifth columnist for going to join. President Buhari's and giving him his support.
This is not something that is unusual. If you put up
your
mind,
want to say that as politics?
Ukoku, you remember Ukoku? Ukoku, his son was in the opposite party against his father. I trained my son. He went to the best schools in the world. He went to London School of Economics. He's free to, like the body in the air, to take a political decision. That is why I spent so much money.
And if he's taking the one you consider as suicidal, what do you do as a father?
Invite him and I here to come and defend our parties. We will do so. It's not a problem. He believes in something. I believe in another one. That is not an issue.
Have you discussed this before?
We talk all the time.
I mean, face to face.
He's my son. He's my first son.
Absolutely. But have you tabled this? Have you asked him?
He has not always.
What are his convictions? He must really be convinced of the goodness of the performance of the president.
Let me tell you.
Yeah.
My son, like many youths, are very vulnerable and gullible. They are intelligent and they have been very educated. So they look at things at face value. They look at a general proportionately to somebody who has integrity, somebody who is poor, somebody who does not.
And well schooled too. Went to some of the best military schools.
Who?
The president.
That's most of our generals going to be best. That is not an issue. That's you want to military schools and all that, but there are still issues about certificates and all that. So don't let's bring.
I think WAEC has settled that. Don't you think so?
If you say so.
I'm asking you. No.
You are the one who brought the issue of best military schools, and I told you that so many generals.
Some of the qualities, the likes of your sons and his aides will be looking at.
They went to fantastic first-class military schools. Okay, so that is nothing extraordinary. But the point I'm trying to make to you is this: these young people, all right, they, they've just come back from school and they're idealistic. And they believe that their country is corrupt and their leadership is corrupt. And, somehow the media and APC have been able to prop up somebody to say that, this is, a personality that is beyond corruption, which is not true. But, so these are the things that are, but with time, many of them are beginning, we are reaching them, we are talking to them, many of them are beginning to see the other side. I mean, if I were to judge, this is perhaps the most corrupt government this country has ever had. And it's the most liberal in the sense that it does not discipline its own. You can chase after corruption, yes. But if as much as you blame and we blame President Jonathan sent away a minister for corrupt charges. People were relieved of the offices for corrupt charges. Governors were tried. Okay, in this administration, you tell me, in spite of the hue and cry, who has ever been taken to court or punished or investigated for corruption
the former
charges?
SGF, Babache, was investigated and relieved of his job.
So, is that all? Somebody stole money in Nigeria. I didn't steal any money. I am appearing in court on the 18th of January. Hold on, Babacha stole over 200 something million naira, and he's walking about. He's not going to any court.
I'm sure the
the
institutions are still investigating
so desperate that I must go to court quickly for collecting 10 million naira every month to run an office. And Babacha, who actually defrauded the government of Nigeria, it has nothing to say.
None has been proven in court yet.
Yes,
Yours is not been proven.
I agree. I'm just saying, if you look at the rate and the speed by which I am going to court, you should also expect that something very similar should have happened to Babachi. Nothing has happened. And there's so many. Don't let us, look, this government is corrupt. This government condones corruption. This government is sunk in corruption. Any government that allows a disparity of up to 10, 20, 30 naira, all right, in the foreign exchange regimes, is a corrupt government. Some people are inside making 30 naira every day on every dollar that the CBN sells. And that is not corruption. This, look, when you say, not Obasanjo, when you say that Jonathan is corrupt, let's look at it, unemotionally. Was the Ministry of Finance under Jonathan with Okojo Iweala, was it corrupt? No. Was the Ministry of Agriculture, was it corrupt? No. Was education corrupt? No. How
about the Petroleum Ministry?
That's what I'm telling you. Petroleum Ministry, there's a lot of corruption in this administration too.
How about in the other?
Hold on, sir. I'm the one that you are interviewing. Yeah. So let me develop my point. What I'm telling you is that corruption, it's like a mirror image in this administration too. The petroleum ministry during Jonathan was corrupt. The petroleum ministry during Buhari is corrupt.
So
right?
it's a vicious circle.
It's not a vicious circle.
Of political leaders in this country, isn't it?
We have corruption
in the former administration. You people dwelled so much on subsidy. Look at the scale today. Isn't it a merry-go-round thing?
The subsidy that Jonathan paid is pittance compared to what we're paying now.
Billions? Billions? Pittance?
No. Now they're paying trillions. I mean, last year it was almost 850 billion. Do you understand my point? Even this, this was when these are the same people who said if that they don't know what subsidy is all about and that subsidy is a scam. Now this government, the budget that has just been read, $1 billion was voted for subsidy, and now there's a problem. This subsidy now is only going to NNPC. All right. So NNPC, as it is right now, is a cesspool of corruption. It is very clear. Today, we don't know how NNPC is. Where did they get funds to pay for this subsidy?
Happened.
It was not in the budget.
That happened during Jonathan's time too, and you got Pricewater. You got Pricewater to come and do an audit that was not spot on.
Who said? You? Can you say that what Price Water did?
Even the National Assembly, the legislators. You
Professionally-
had majority then.
Professionally, Price Water is a reputable accounting firm in the world. All right? And no contrary idea has been espoused by any other person. So innuendos, personal feelings are not important. Or at least we had the courage to call in an arbiter to come and see what has happened here. So,
okay, let's look at PDP. Yes, you've tasted power, you've seen all the frailties and the shortcomings and how you lost power. What are those things that you're putting in place to regain this power? Because you talked about a damaged economy, the scale of corruption right now, and the rest. Tell Nigerians why they should trust you, why they should vote your party members in, your presidential candidate, and all others, running for elections.
thank you very much. In 2019, the choice between Nigerians is very clear. It's a choice between continuing to vote for a government that has shown, crass incompetence, cluelessness, that has lost grip of the economy. Every economic index in this country today, pertaining to this country today, is on the negative. Inflation has risen from maybe 18 to 23.
But the government is very transparent, allowing one of its agencies to,
No,
publish
the
some of these figures.
the government is not very transparent.
The MBS.
No. That is, excuse me, that is what is expected of any government agency saddled with that responsibility. To do that would be to subvert the sovereignty of the country. So what Kale is doing is correct. It's normal. It's not the government. It's not government that is doing it. He is doing his job. We've lost 13 million jobs. We're still losing more jobs. So Nigerians must decide this time around, 2019.
You called...
Can I finish?
Okay, go on, yeah.
Nigeria must take a decision. You asked me a question. I'm
Go on.
developing it. Nigeria must take a decision between voting for another 4 years of hunger, of pain, of pervasive and increasing, perplexing poverty. All right? Insecurity, killings, arbitrary killings, and assassination. We just saw one a couple of days ago. How many more we still have to die before we wrestle?
It's not new in the Nigerian space, is it?
Before this
Is
government,
it new?
before these people. Look, there's a need to bring hope to the people of this country.
How about Dikibo? How about Harry Marshall?
That is what Atiku is coming with. This government needs somebody who understands the economy. During the debate of the vice presidency, of the vice president, you saw it very clearly that Oshimajo had no clue whatsoever. He didn't have, this Oshimajo is somebody I know very well. He's my friend, my younger brother. He went to Gobi College. He has been receiving honors and awards from debates from Ibobi College. On that day, on the economy, he felt flat like a flappy slipper.
Anybody can have butterflies.
No, this is not butterfly. This is snakes.
In the tummy. Yeah.
It's worse than butterfly. These are snakes in his tummy because there was nothing to say. And this is the man that is sitting on top of our economy. It is not a surprise that the economy is not going anywhere. You cannot give what you don't have. When you compare it with our own ticket,
that's a man of international repute.
Law.
Yeah.
That is law.
Yeah.
We are talking about economy. International reputation in law does not put food on the table. And going about in marketplaces and dangling 10,000 to market women is which economic policy is that? Where has it been done? How does, when you give a woman 10,000 naira, what did the Chinese say? So, teach me how to fish instead of giving me fish to eat. If you give me fish to eat, I'll have dinner and that's the end of it. But if you teach me how to fish, when you are gone, I will continue to fish, and I will continue to maintain my family. This government is a joke. The government has, a jocular approach to very serious issues. The presidency is totally pathetic. They are unconcerned and disconnected from the suffering of the masses. The president does not know about many things that is going on. His wife came on television and said the president is not in charge. Mrs. Buhari said 2 henchmen are the people that are running the country. And
we've always had cabals, even during your 2 principal times, we had cabals.
Excuse me. Let us deal with the present. Nobody can speak.
That will be in a minute, Dr. Okupe.
Yes, sir.
Go on.
Oh, okay. Let us deal with the present. Mrs. Buhari, with no gun to her head, came to Nigerian public and said, look, you got to fight for yourself. Because right now, my husband has lost grip of this administration. And some 2 people who we do not know are the one running the economy. We don't even know whether they are foreigners. Excuse me? Is that what Nigerians, you want to vote for the same government that you don't know who will run the administration? A government of, in a country of 200 million people, with so many youths and all that, we have a poverty population of 87 million. We have a youthful unemployment of over 26%. Excuse me, we are in dangerous and perilous times. And, only God and PDP will save this country in 2019.
All right, Dr. Doyin Okupe, wish we had all the time more, to take you on some other issues that we've really not finished. But your people out there will be looking at you as a great submission, a good talker, a medical practitioner that is now very deep into politics and the rest. Rise News will definitely get you and your son on this table to come and discuss, your perspectives to the 2 presidential candidates and politics
I
generally.
thought this my program was for 30 minutes.
Yes, we've done 30 minutes.
You're kidding?
You don't know?
Oh.
Your time is out. Dr. Doyin Okupe is the former senior special advisor to former President Goodluck Jonathan on public affairs and one-time SA media and public affairs special advisor to former President Chief Olusegun Obasanjo. Thanks very much for being with us on this program.
To be here.
And that's it for this edition of Nigeria, the Road to 2019. Join us again for a fresh edition tomorrow. From me and the entire team here in Abuja, I am Christian Ogodo. Bye-bye.